All right.
Thanks.
All right.
Yeah. So back at it again. We have a lot of energy today,
Yeah.
as you can see, and it's because we had a long day. Everybody has had a long day,
Amen.
and we are Opinion Outlaws, and our motto is pretty simple. The only thing is you cannot say that.
Yes.
Can I get an amen?
Amen.
Can I get an amen?
Amen.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Amen.
sir. Appreciate it. Appreciate
Amen.
it.
Amen.
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 And to segue from the last episode's topic, which was the
Social
dating.
media. Dating, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was dating. Cause
It was dating.
Yes.
The one before that was actually
Social
media.
media. And we had a guest
And-
also Monday.
Yeah, and they both tie up to today's topic,
Yes.
which is pornography.
Ah!
Pornography. And
Everybody's guilty pleasure.
And-
At least some of
I'm a virgin, I don't know
Hey,
this.
start the cap.
Yeah, you don't.
Somewhere along your lifespan, it was that one guilty pleasure.
But today, why we are talking about it, because we grew up with it. We can say what we want, but the fact is that when we start to grow up, the internet came, and when the internet became more advanced, then started the porn become more advanced.
Advanced.
Could we say it like that?
I
Like
mean-
it was available for all of us very easily. Like if we go back just 30 years from now, it wasn't that easy. You had to even go rent a movie or take a magazine from the our kiosk.
Oh, he remembered the tough time. He remembered.
Yeah.
And why does it sound like it was experience again, not a third person?
You
like
see,
you?
they try to give.
I mean,
Some
hey,
virgin stuff here, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yes.
I read a lot. I have told you always. I
Yes.
read a lot.
No,
Yes,
let's start with the. It used to be a fantasy book, you know that. It used to be a fantasy book. Then we moved into a imagery. Then after that, we moved into videos, and now we have both of them in one package, and it's called smartphone and websites.
Oh,
Now, actually, I wanted to ask you a question.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
what is your earliest memory being exposed to pornography?
we had the same time actually.
Man,
We were in the first grade.
All
We
right.
were in the first grade.
All
Think
right.
about it. We were like 6, 7, 6.
By
6
the-
years
back-
old?
Yeah, back then when you were really a virgin.
Yeah.
I am still
Yes.
by Holy
still.
Spirit.
Yes,
still.
of course.
and still.
Of course. I am still.
Man,
But we were in the first grade because we went to the same school and the same grade.
Okay.
And the first grade, about the first week or two, was it like that?
about something like that, man.
Something like that?
Man.
First week or two.
PTSDs.
We had a friend. I don't know why he knew this, but he just came and said,
Actually, that's true. Now when I think about it,
Like, think
why
about
the
it.
fuck did he know it?
he was
He
our
was the same age.
He was our age, and he just came to us. You know sex, you know pornography. I was like,
What?
what you talking about?
How did that happen? Situation like escalated? Did he just come to you and say like, "Hey, do you know sex? You know what is
Hey,
pornography?"
it was just like when you got to meet and greet your like classmates, and
Yeah.
then you click with somebody, and then all of a sudden while you're chatting, they just bring up a random subject, and then you're like, oh, what the fuck?
It's like a hello, nice to meet you. My name is Pyry. Hey, by the way, do you know pornography?
Pretty much. That was it. Pretty much.
Like you made it very like compact, but yeah,
That's pretty much
it was
how we
like
rolled.
that.
Yeah,
In
was
a
like
nutshell. yeah.
and goddamn.
And that was that was our first exposure. And from there, of course, when you're a kid, you are curious about stuff. And when you're curious about stuff, well, you go and ask people that are older than you, and you ask them, but they say no, it's not for you. So you open.
Explore.
You
course you wanna
you
explore.
open the Internet Explorer.
Oh yeah, true. Back in the days, it was winter.
Internet Explorer.
Internet Explorer. Before we got that internet, was it
Chrome.
Chrome.
Chrome?
Google.
Well, we
Google,
didn't
I
know
don't
about
know.
Chrome back in the day. It was Explorer.
But basically, it was Explorer where I got my first taste, I would say, in a very young age. And I remember it stuck up with me, but then afterwards, after I became like a teenager, like in the high school times, it just kind of like started to fade off me because the interest of it started to grow out. Like it didn't interest me that much. And now, especially nowadays, after like college time, it just completely faded off because it doesn't interest me. I much more rather be with a real woman. and with the
As a
real
virgin.
human being.
As a
Yeah,
virgin.
yeah, yeah.
Be with
A reminder.
What does that mean to be with a woman as a virgin?
Exactly.
Tell me
You can
that.
actually you can.
Explain me.
Actually, you can. You are
He's
I'm respectable.
fantasizing.
I'm
Are you
respectable.
stalker?
He's fantasizing.
I am respectable human being. When I invite a woman, I tell her exactly we will not have sex, we will not do this, we will be just watching a movie, and that's it.
Yeah, that's how the
Man.
Netflix and chill was created as well.
It wasn't by me.
Yeah.
You make it sound like more like I want to be with a woman as a stalker. You make it sound like that.
No.
Pretty much.
No, nobody got time for
I
that.
want to be with that. I want to be with you, but hey, nothing sexual.
No, because stalking a woman, that's I would say is dumb because
Of course.
you can find another woman who looks just like her. So
Well,
why
that's true.
you gonna
Yeah,
stalk?
bro.
Yes, you can always call to porn. That's true.
No,
Oh,
not to porn. Just
hey.
I can find now. I can show it to you actually now, like maybe 10 women who look exactly other 10 women, exactly alike, and you'll be like,
Yeah.
well, damn,
I'm different. I'm special.
Who is different?
Man, shut the fuck.
who is different? And do you know if a woman has a great sense of humor, that's actually different.
I mean,
You know what I'm
if
saying?
you can make them laugh and giggle, you can make that ass clap and jiggle.
But Puri, what about you? When did you were exposed?
Well, my first time I was exposed to anything sexual was, I think it was already in the 3rd grade. I remember with my friend, we were playing some game that was not directed for children.
Oh,
Let's say that. I'm not gonna go that much into details, but I do remember feeling that very sense of guilt. Like, okay, this was something I wasn't supposed to do.
yeah.
The first time I remember being exposed to pornography, I think that was in the 5th grade. I remember my classmates were talking about pornography, and me and my friend were like, "Oh, what is this porn about?" And we, of course, were curious. George and we went to and
Oh,
so
for sure.
opened
Oh, for sure.
whatever was the website and just watched it. Oh, what the fuck? You know,
What is going on?
it was
Leave it
well,
sausages.
you know, if you see extreme porn, it's gonna be really
Oh
messy.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, been there, done that, and god damn, my boy.
yeah,
Could
yeah.
explain why my
So you
brain's so fucked up right now.
So you can only imagine what it does to your brain, the amount of dopamine, the amount of endorphin, and all those chemicals running in your brain when you're confused of just what the fuck am I watching?
Oh, the PTSD, that's crazy.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah. So that was, I remember distinctively. We were laughing because I think we were just confused. What the fuck are we watching?
Yeah.
We were both amused, confused, and just like still kind of like perplexed by what the fuck
Yeah.
is this, you know? And
Guilty
it just,
pleasure.
left to haunt.
Yeah,
Never mind.
yeah. Did you find the tape afterwards?
No. No, I didn't.
My bad.
No, I didn't.
That I had to.
For that time.
You know, nowadays you can find anything you used to watch.
if we talk about later time, well, let's not talk about that.
Oh, let's not talk about that. Yeah, basically we were all exposed to a very young age,
Yeah.
and because do you know the worst part? The worst part is that either our parents didn't know about it.
Yeah.
Like they couldn't tell you that hey, this is bad or this is good or like they didn't know. Well, they know about cigarettes, they knew about alcohol, they knew about drugs, but they didn't know about pornography. At least I'm talking about
Your parents.
my parents.
Oh.
They
Oh, what you mean, Peter?
Yeah, because I remember talking with my parents about, like, I remember talking with them first time about anything sexual, which was actually regarding pornography, and they
Yeah.
said that it's not the best way to kind of get to know your sexuality. It's kind of fake, blah blah
Yeah,
blah blah
yeah,
blah.
yeah.
But they didn't like really that much convince me, I guess.
Yeah, of
It
course.
was like it sounded like more like a thing that they were just they didn't like. It didn't. Well, like I said, it didn't convince me. They were just saying it out of for the sake. They were saying it just for the sake of saying it. Yeah, it's not fake. But
yeah,
they
it wasn't
didn't-
that like own experience or
Yeah.
they don't have any knowledge more.
Yeah,
than that.
it was more like they had read it somewhere that just told it to me. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's not good.
Yeah, basically the same. Like they just knew that it's bad.
Yeah.
And that's it. But cigarettes, you can, for example, argue why cigarettes are bad for you.
Yeah.
Or you can argue alcohol, why it's bad for you.
Yeah.
But then they didn't have any argument for pornography, why
Yeah.
it's bad. And
Yeah.
now, and because of that, I would say our generation has been like going down that path,
Yeah.
which was dangerous for many.
And it's still dangerous.
and it is still dangerous. And
It's at the worst right now. At least the peak, I would say, because
yeah.
Apologize
No,
for
no, no, no,
cutting you
no
off.
worries, no worries.
Because one of the reason is, I mean, back in the days, the access to porn was very scarce, so it was limited to like magazines, books, or so on, etc. But nowadays, like we said, it's basically right behind a click of a button, and you get to see not let's say millions, billions of videos.
Countless amount of women naked.
Countless.
Exactly, countless. Basically, you can scroll all day, and even till this day, we still have that Vietnam flashback of that one video that we try to search on the site.
Nope.
But no, but exactly. So nowadays, and the way they push pornographic content in like normal like
Oh, for sure.
sceneries and subjects and so on is heavier than it used to be. Like, bro,
Yeah.
the amount of
Yeah.
sexual content. Like example, when you scroll through social media, bro, no, it don't take. Hey, I mentioned this before. It don't take long until you find that one booty pic, or or that thirst trap.
But it kind of makes sense that it has become more pornified, because when they think about it, all of the industry is a business. It is an
Oh, for
industry of its
sure.
own.
Hey.
So of course they are gonna find ways to market to new audiences, and that's why I think that's part of the reason why we see more women being, showing their booty, and maybe men even showing their body. And like, okay, these
He's
are the
definitely
standards
not
you need to
talking
live
about
up to.
He's definitely not talking about OnlyFans.
But
For example, that's
we-
one example.
these are stats, I would say, because porn, especially the number one porn site, which is Pornhub,
Yeah.
had the best, I would say, revenue income when it came to having a subscribers or customers in short period of time. For example, usage of Facebook to reach for 10 million people, it was around 2 months, 3 months, something like that.
I catch you lacking, bro.
YouTube was 1 month and a half. Google was 1 month. Like, how many users were there inside? Like, in
In the website.
how long did it take for it to reach 10 million viewers or 10 million usage? Pornhub has the record for it, which is 2 weeks. It
I was
took
expecting
How
it
much
to be
was
shorter.
how,
No.
and how much was YouTube?
YouTube, I would say 1 month and a half, something like that. But the thing is that YouTube didn't start as YouTube. It started as a dating site.
Yeah, that's true.
But then afterwards, it became like a platform where people can upload. And YouTube actually started to have these porn Fridays, where people could just upload porn videos on Fridays, and they would publish it. But
How
then,
does he remember such things?
I know, because I've been interested in the
interesting.
business.
You have done your research.
Of
Research
course.
purposes.
Yeah, because you want to know how this thing works. It's impossible that so many people are using it, and its usage is somehow even like pushed. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
it's okay. It's no big deal. Why is it pushed? Where does it go? Does that make a lot of money for them? How do that money make? Where does that money go? It interests me so much because, let's be honest, it's one of the, I would say, biggest companies that we have on this earth.
Not just Pornhub, but just adult industry in general is one of the leading industries in anything regarding sales or marketing.
Yeah.
They always want to be in the head of the curve to kind of direct direction of marketing or sales principles.
Even for coding, they have one of the best
Coding.
coding. But
Programming.
they have
Yeah.
one of the best websites when it comes to like how to use it and where to find stuff and how the things work in the website. Like many coders actually, I don't know if you know this, but they actually take examples from that website or how they run that thing. So in order to
You mean YouTube?
Even
no
YouTube.
YouTube, but Pornhub.
Yes,
Pornhub website, they take like examples of it and they replicate it in their website, or they replicate
Games game.
they replicate the coding in their websites or their platforms. And I'm gonna be honest, that's smart because Pornhub is, I would say, number 4th when it comes to website holding and coding in all the world. All the world's companies and all the world's businesses that people have, adult industry have, if I'm not mistaken, it was the fourth best coding when it came to like,
And Google was one.
I don't know which is the best
At least
one.
Google, I think Google gotta be top 3.
Mm.
Top
Maybe.
3 at least.
Maybe,
Anyways.
It's a interesting numbers to see those. Or for example, how many people use it in 1 month? Pornhub. How many people go there? It's 2.7 billion at average
2.7 billion per in which time period?
in 1 month. 2.7 billion like
Damn.
viewers. Like it can maybe
Viewers.
be
Yeah,
the
yeah, but that's
same
a lot.
guy.
They me. I don't use
Nah,
Pornhub. And I use
stay away
Pornhub.
from those. But what I'm saying is that it has working something. Something works there. If you get 2.7 billion people
Sorry.
or 2.7 billion times people to click on your website, you're doing something right
Yeah.
or something wrong. But
I mean, it still works.
Now, you said something works there. What do you think is the thing that works there?
I would say the usage, because I don't know how is it now, but I believe that the processing there is very quick.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't take long for you to find the things that you're looking for.
Yeah. So they feed into people's fantasies. That's what you mean.
Basically, the dopamine rush
Yeah.
gives you that certain and release to like express your fantasies basically
yeah.
without any guilt in that sense. Because
Yeah. They appeal to one of our most primitive needs, and
Yeah.
they exploit it carelessly.
Because technically, you would say
Ruthlessly.
that's also, well, not directly, but one of the easiest ways to cheat as well. Without
Yeah.
actually cheating
Yeah,
with on
yeah,
your
yeah.
partner is to watch porn. You get to find another naked lady or male
Yeah.
on your screen and release your shit.
Yeah, that's facts. I would say it like this: has it affected your sexuality, or has it affected your views on? Because I would believe that you all are straight,
I'm straighter than at least
like a
the
pole.
whole. Well, I'm straighter than this whole generation, I guess.
You are straight, right? You like women.
Bro, I like them big knees as well.
Yeah, let's go.
Man,
Let's
you
go.
guys are- What about you, Peter?
This is gonna be the question. If you gay, mother, get out of here.
You gay. You gay.
Out of here. You gay. Why? Is it like in the interview, you know? Why are you gay?
Why are you
What?
gay?
Why are you gay?
Why you sit here?
Why you sit here?
That is the greatest.
Man, why are you gay?
The first question.
yeah,
Why
yeah.
are you gay?
Why
Hey,
are you gay?
I mean,
Yeah.
Who said?
Hey, he's straight to the point. He's like, we ain't got time to waste. We gotta
Yeah.
get straight to the point, find out the answers, and how the hell can we fix it? Pastor, get out of here. So, Puru, get preaching.
Are you gay?
Are you gay?
No.
You're not gay,
I'm
so
not
you're
gay.
straight. You
I'm
like
straight.
women.
Yes.
There you go. I like women as well. But I like it with a
You
guy.
like to look at them from the distance.
No, I like to talk to them. I like to be around them.
Yeah,
Big touch
yeah,
them
yeah,
here
yeah.
and there.
I
Touch
don't-
them here and there.
I like to flirt with them, of
And
course,
touch them.
tease and
A
but
bit touch them.
no, maybe a little bit.
Maybe a little bit. What do you
Not-
mean by a little bit?
Not like to do anything like sexual, of course.
Just platonic touching.
Wait,
Sounds a
you
bit
said you touched
suspicious.
them.
Yeah,
That's already the beginning.
like this can call you a touch, right?
So every time
So
you
how
meet
do
a
you feel?
woman, you're gonna do that kind of handshake.
No, of course not.
You know, little grab in the
You,
cheeks.
you have to hug her, right?
Hey, of course you have to.
You have to.
As a platonic gesture.
I don't know
of
about
course.
have to, so that's already
You
a gray
have
area.
to.
You know?
No. Ideal as a virgin said that you have to hug them. Of course
Exactly.
you need
He-
to. It's an obligation you need to fulfill as a
Yeah,
virgin.
for sure.
Of
For
course,
sure.
of course.
What's next? He's
Of
gonna
course.
tell us he's gonna grab the
What
knee
else?
as well.
No.
What
I
else?
don't do those.
Well,
She grabs mine.
I'm judged.
Anyways, yes. So the
Anyways.
point, we're kind of getting besides the point, but yeah. Anyways,
Yeah, but basically, have you seen it? How is it affected in your life when you have been exposed to it? Because, like I said, it faded, especially in like high school, college time. It faded so quickly out of me. So now, I would say, it's not maybe normal, but it's better, a lot better, when I compare to other guys, where they cannot like they have erectile dysfunction at our age.
That's tough.
How is that how is that possible, man?
That's tough.
No, think about it. How is that possible? Because if you are a young man and you have unlimited energy, you have testosterone, you have all this built up, and you waste it on porn, how is it possible that you still can go and go with a woman? I
Well,
don't
can
know.
you?
Can you actually?
I mean,
That
It
like
I mean,
I
to the-
think it depends on the nature of porn you watch.
I don't know
A
about
lot.
that.
Because, because there are lots of different types of porn, of course. As if with any drug, even with porn.
Yeah.
Like, let's say you are alcoholist. I don't pretend I know exactly. I know what it's to be like alcoholist, but supposedly. Alcohol starts with drinking 1 beer can
Yeah.
a day. Then he grows up to 6 per day.
Yeah.
He grows a tolerance to it. Right, so the same amount of alcohol that's worked in the beginning doesn't work. Eventually, he moves to a much stronger amount of alcohol.
that's-
Yeah,
So
yeah,
porn
yeah,
acts exactly the same way. So
Guilty.
you know,
Yeah.
and when you watch that extreme kind of porn, what do you think? Do you think you're just gonna go to woman and maintain that usual erection with her?
No.
That's the thing.
Actually, that's the funny thing what he just said, because that's, I mean, at least with my own experience, guilty as charged. Let's say like that, guilty as charged, because it works kind of the same way as the drugs work. It gives you, the first beginnings are kind of like, oh, nice, very. Have you ever guys noticed when when you guys used to watch adult content? During certain period of time, you start like scrolling randomly, like, this is not good enough. Maybe something better. That's when you start to realize that the dopamine is not hitting anymore with the regular stuff.
Yeah.
That's when you begin to go to the even darker stuff, even heavier stuff,
Yeah.
even weirder stuff.
Exactly.
Trust me, one day I had to question myself, like, what the hell am I watching right now? Like, have y'all ever had that one, like, not the proudest fab moment?
Yeah, sure. Everybody might have. That.
Yeah, exactly. That's when you know you're fucked up.
Yeah, you're in a deep trouble. Then.
You're the
Yeah.
And how it actually affects a relationship is the
Yeah.
way you see your partner. Cause,
Yeah, cool.
I mean,
Actually, you have a great.
I have had that experience because, hey, any lady out there, still interested, let's get this done, and you might find out. But, hey, shameless plug.
This is the
Hey,
greatest segue to talk. That's like, flirt with the audience. Like, we're watching porn, and then next thing you know, you're gonna talk about it. Hey,
Hey.
if you're interested, call me.
hey, gotta
He's
be-
trying to say that, like, let's do a video.
What the fuck?
Hey, by God's name, if you get this, you might see the whole new world.
You know what I'm
but
saying?
I would say
A
like
whole
this.
new world.
I mean, in my personal experience, the porn hasn't like affected in my,
Yeah.
actually it still works. But the way I like think about my partner and fantasize about certain things,
Yeah.
there has been like mismatch between
Okay.
what my thing is telling you and what my brain is telling me.
Yes.
'Cause
Got you.
I'm used to seeing such a hardcore graphic like sceneries and what should like it
Yeah.
confuses you. Let's say like
Yeah.
that. Like porn
Gotcha.
confuses
Yeah.
you to a heavy degree. What intimate relationship
Yes.
and interacting with your partner while being sexual
Yeah.
is like.
Yeah.
I would definitely say if you are exposed to pornographic content early on, and you take it as a how intimacy
Yeah.
should be, you're running into a freaking deep hole. That shit messes you up really badly.
Yeah.
Like I would say like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Guilty.
yeah. I'm just asking the experiences because we are joking a lot, but the best thing to do now is not cry, right?
Let's talk about porn.
Like, let's be honest. The best thing to do now is to laugh about this thing,
Yes.
but also understand the seriousness about it.
Of
Like-
course.
like understand that this is a huge problem, and I have to respect the states of, was it Florida, and some other states that prohibited a user if they weren't verified as over 18.
I mean,
Yeah.
all the websites
Futile
are
as
asking
well.
you the same question if you are 18, but as you know nowadays, it basically by press of a button you're kind of like saying that you're 18.
They had
Or
to
is it
like,
kinda like
they had to like actually,
verify you
yeah,
by-
they have,
Oh,
they
okay,
had to
okay.
actually like verify you.
Good.
If you want to go in that side.
Yeah, 'cause-
It's
Yeah.
not like,
Yeah.
are you 18?
Yeah,
Yes.
pretty much what we all did. Are you
Yes.
18? Do you agree that you are old enough for this? Definitely am. And my
Yes.
boy wasn't even double digits.
But the funny thing, we watched the same video, right? About
Yeah,
it.
did you watch it? The video that he sent?
Which one?
The one we sent about porn?
I didn't see it because I was working.
Ah,
Got it.
well, we will
I
explain
noticed
through
it,
the-
but I
yeah,
didn't watch it.
Got it.
Anyways,
But
anyways,
you have watched it. I have watched it.
Yes, we will catch you up with this. Anyways,
Summer.
so basically, there was this study made by this. Is it like a journal? This journalist made
Close,
this.
close the mic.
This journalist went undercover in the Pornhub.
Mm?
They interviewed this one executive of the company who was working.
Not
Executive, but anyway, some editor,
the
Editor.
the senior scriptwriter.
senior scriptwriter. Thank you.
So the guy who writes.
Anyway, the writer who pretty much designed kind of like what kind of content they published, you know. Anyways, so they interviewed this guy, and he pretty much opened up the door. What kind of things happen behind the scenes, and what they told it is that they are trying to push all the time towards straight male, transgender porn.
Yeah, I've actually noticed that.
Yeah, they trying to
Don't ask me
convert.
why.
They're trying to convert straight men to like more transgender pornography.
Yes, because don't ask me why, but you know, here and there, if I might accidentally stepped into the guilty side,
yes.
and I noticed that there is that button nowadays,
Yes.
where you can like choose if you're straight, gay, or you like. There's no such a thing as females with dicks, only males with boobs.
Yes, but now the question comes in, like, since we have already discussed how much pornography has influenced our current view about sexuality, how it has led to more pornified social media, blah blah blah. So now comes the question: how much pornography has to do with current gender discussion?
I mean, bunch of it, because like we said,
Yeah.
the amount of like sexualization and pornographic content is being pushed on a regular basis.
Yeah.
On even the most like innocent stuff.
Yeah.
Because like we earlier spoke before we started this, the early movies, kid movies or cartoons that we used to watch, there were like subliminal messages behind
Yeah.
certain like scenes. And as a kid, you didn't take it as much, but when you grew older, you started realizing, hold on a
Yeah.
minute, something ain't right
Yeah.
about that pic right there.
Yeah.
Hold on a minute, Patrick, what the hell are you
Yeah.
doing?
Yeah.
So
that's true.
kind of like I would say they already like started to reprogram our mindset early
Yeah.
on with innocent stuff.
Yeah.
But there was hidden messages
Yeah.
behind it.
Yeah, oh my god. We could go so much into detail about self-talk, but I think we're going to go a bit besides the point here. But anyways, you were talking about Utah passing the law that you have to verify your age.
Utah or Florida?
Utah, Florida.
America.
Yeah, in
Yeah,
America.
in
I'm
America.
surprised on that.
Few states had it like you have to actually verify. Not that yes, I'm 18, but more of like show me your ID, show me your passport.
Yes.
Show
What
me
about somebody sends picture of their dad's passport or some shit?
show me that you are that guy that you pretend to be.
Yes. And the interesting thing was how like the website traffic at Pornhub in those states dropped by 80%. 80%.
I'm surprised.
80%, how much?
Yeah.
But the question now is, I don't think every one of them was underage.
No,
of
of
course, that would
course
be just ridiculous. But I think that calls in action how many of those people are underage, because they weren't even like saying it's a bad thing to try to target the marketing towards underage. They never said, like, oh, that's a bad thing, or you know.
Yeah.
They pretty much, in a way, indirectly said that it's not a good thing that we cannot target underage audience. In a way.
Surprised like how
80%,
Because
yeah.
I mean, anybody who knows about computers and websites and programs, bro, you think that's gonna stop me? I mean, if somebody's dedicated, you think that's gonna stop me? That's actually pretty easy to bypass. But
When you
I'm
think, but when you think,
Offices.
when you think about it, living in the current culture of like immediate gratification, you think when you want to watch porn, you're not gonna think, oh, I need to do all these verification things so I can watch porn. At some point, you're probably gonna be like, is it really worth it?
Yeah.
Eventually,
Yeah.
would you? I'm gonna ask you. Let's assume that you would be watching porn. Would you really be that much into, just verifying all your identity things?
Hey, my boy, if there's that one video, that one high top class video that I've been enjoy for the fast feed.
But no, wouldn't you? Yes, anyways.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you say that the threshold is a bit higher, anyways?
I mean, that's true, because it would require me to do more to reach it, because
Yeah.
the main point right now is that it's easily accessible.
Yeah.
That's why a lot of people go
Yeah.
there, but if it was harder, then most definitely it would, like, filter out certain type of groups, like the ones that just want quick dopamine,
Yeah.
but don't want to work for it. So,
Yeah.
and funny thing is that that's a big portion of the watchers right
Yeah.
now. So I would say technically that would help, but based on how we've seen the youth work, they would find a new way to
Yeah.
make it more easier again.
Again, when a person wants to have something, he will find a way.
They will find
Yeah.
a way.
Yeah.
Same way as they have made any laws about like alcohol, drugs, and so
Yeah.
on. Bro, it don't take long until somebody figures out a loophole and
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think actually we were talking about first time you were visiting us. Actually, we were talking about the experiment room for drugs,
Yeah. Yeah.
and that's where I saw the problem, because they were saying, "Oh, we should give them small dosages of drugs and see where it goes." But you know, it's not about the amount of it, but it's the quality, how it will addict you to it.
Yeah.
Because it's the relationship towards that drug. If you have emotional issues or any other things that are gonna make you more prone to become addicted, that's the problem, not the amount you use it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It is. It is a tough subject, even pornography, and the reason why it's tough is because it's so easily accessed. Like, if you want to go and buy drugs, you have to know a guy,
Yeah.
or you have to know a guy who knows a guy, and you have to do it all in undercover. You
And
cannot.
it's
It's like you cannot just go to the store and say, "Hey, let me get myself some 100 gram of cocaine."
Yeah.
You cannot do that. You can go and buy alcohol, but then you have to verify yourself.
Yes.
You have to show the ID, or you have to show your password, or whatever the case may be,
And you might get mugged.
and you might get marked, right? Same thing goes for cigarettes.
Yeah.
But when it comes to porn, like, if all of us three can right now access to porn, right now we can just take our phones, type in, and that's it. So how do we monitor this, or how do we look at it as, how can we, as I would say, defend ourselves from it, is basically what we should go, because the things that was put us on was not our fault, right? It was not our fault that the things became so hypersexual that it, by default, it made your curiosity go to the porn site. But now it's your fault if you don't take a deep look at yourself and say, okay, this is an addiction, I cannot get out of it, what can I do? What is the best action right now?
acknowledgement is the first step of responsibility.
Exactly. And the first step is to accept it. Do you have a problem with it? If the answer is yes, and the problem, what I clarify as the problem is that, can you go without it? If somebody says to you right now that you cannot watch porn for the rest of your life, it's not accessible to you for the rest of your life, are you okay with that? If the answer is yes, then I think you're good to go. You're golden.
But you need to first go through it before you can say it for sure.
That's the point, right? Because you can, after you get that dopamine rush, you get like calmed down. Can we say like a post-nut clarity, right?
The amount of time, bro. Oh,
But you kind of have the emotional high.
Yeah. Afterwards, you have that calmness, or I would say calmness, but that shame. And after that shame, if somebody asks you that, can you go without it? Of course. Many guys, I would say 98% of the time they would say,
Yeah, man.
yeah, I
got this, man.
But if you
2 hours
ask,
later.
yeah, if you ask them, for example, 24 hours later or 2 weeks later,
Bro, you're
or
talking about
Or
big, big
1
numbers,
week
bro.
later.
Don't even ask, bro. During that same day, bro. During, I swear, on a lot of people's name. During that same day, you ask that question again, bro. That guy giving up.
yeah.
That guy giving up.
So that's when you know that you have a problem. Like, porn is not a thing that you can need. You need food, you need oxygen, you need water,
You need sex,
You need sex.
you need sex,
but you don't need porn.
but you don't need porn.
Porn is acting, my boys.
Exactly, it's gay.
Yeah, it is.
Porn
Actually,
is
when
gay.
you think about it,
This
you're
statement
watching
just came out of the
two.
blue.
No,
Pic-
it is gay.
You're watching through a freaking pixels other people having sexual intercourse, which is not even just them having sex, is them acting out as well, then you're beating your meat to it. Imagine that. I mean, we all been there, but still, imagine that.
I don't know what to say about porn being gay, but I can just say that
You be watching the wrong websites, bro.
No, it's not wrong with
You be in the wrong category, my boy.
it is gay if you watch a woman getting banged and you jerk off to it.
Oh yeah, exactly. He's going back to what I said. Like,
it depends
imagine
on
you
it depends on who are you looking. Are you looking the man?
maybe
It doesn't matter. You are watching a woman getting railed by a man. You are watching it. Do you get what I'm saying? Like you
So
are
basi-
watching it.
Are you trying to say whoever is watching is cocked guy?
Yes.
Well, how about lesbian
is.
porn? How about lesbian porn then? Are you still gay?
You're dumb. Then. Why you're watching two women? Go and do it with the actual woman, or go and find a woman who likes it,
So,
and then do it by yourself.
Ariel, what were you watching, my guy? Let's
What
hear.
kind of porn did you
I
watch
want to
that wasn't
find out.
gay?
What were you watching?
I was watching POV stuff,
So he was imagining he was the guy. You know what I'm saying?
But you know how.
but that was
Bring
long ago.
But
That
now
was long
going
ago.
into the discussion, we know that there's gonna be a lot of taboo around this topic, and there's gonna be a lot of shame and guilt about this.
No, don't
So,
worry.
so now the question is, we start using labels as dumb and gay.
No,
What is it gonna bring to the discussion? Is it gonna escalate discussion to better direction, or is it gonna create more shame? I feel, so I'm gonna kind of call you
Yeah,
out on this way
yeah.
of putting labels on this thing, because it can cause a lot more shame to people.
Yeah, I understand that, and the reason why I said it is because I want them to understand how messed up it is.
It is messed up.
Like, you get what I'm saying?
But,
Like,
yeah.
and I'm going more of like not empathetic way, but more of like tough love way,
Tough love.
where you now, of course, jokes aside, it is actually very, I would say, cockish, if like cock that you enjoy when you're watching another woman having intercourse with another man. No, jokes
Yeah.
aside, let's be honest. Like,
Yes.
you're watching it, and then you, as a man, you're watching it, and you are getting turned on. You get you see how that's messed up. Like, you are watching when another man is having sex, and you are getting turned on by it. That is the messed up part.
Yeah, so basically you're kind of, what you mean that there is an element that you are not supposed to get aroused towards, usually,
Right.
if you would be with women.
Right. When you are with a woman,
I see what you mean.
you're aroused by that woman. The woman actually, I don't know if you know this, but the woman actually gets a lot more pleasure because you are getting pleasure from her.
Yeah.
That's how women
Virgin
are.
talk.
So
Yeah, virgin talk.
yeah, so when woman feels that you're attracted to her, that makes you turn on more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think you both have experienced that. I don't know about this. I'm a
You,
virgin.
of course you don't know.
I'm a
You,
virgin.
you have
I
no
say
idea.
about
You
nothing,
have no
mate.
experience about this, of
No.
course.
Only God knows. Only God knows.
You
the
only sound like you have experience, but you don't really have experience.
No.
Bruh, man.
But
You only sound, you speak like you have all the experience, but you
know,
still
in
don't
my
have all the
situation, I must
experience.
just say, me and that one person knows, and God knows.
So now you sound like you have a lot of you sound like you have lots of experience, and you say that you speak like you have lots of experience. So what is the difference? You speaking you have experience, sounding like you have experience, and you feeling like you have experience.
you see, those are different things.
They're not like you sound. You come across to me. You sound. You have experience. So another question is, what is the difference from you now feeling that you have experience? Right now, do you feel that you are in
He's
experience?
viewing it from third person.
No,
so
no.
He's like, I know how it feels like, but I haven't experienced it, but I know how it feels like. What the fuck?
You're contradicting yourself, man. You're literally contradicting your. Let's just move on.
No. No.
Say
Hey,
Pada Bell.
As a comfort or like comfort word to anybody watching right now, whatever this guy said about being dumb, etc., if you want to feel better about yourself, I've been through all of those words because technically I've seen all of like
Yes.
whatever is in that web category. I've most likely seen it.
Don't get me wrong. I have said myself to this when I was a teenager. You're dumb. You're gay. You're cock when you're watching this.
I know about the gay word because
No.
I might be dumb and
No.
but I say nothing about
No,
bro. You gay?
No, if you logically think about it.
I mean, technically,
get what I'm saying?
When you think about it
And
like
when
that,
you-
but I
and
never
when-
say no. Hell no.
And when you jerk off, you're giving pleasure to a man by another
No,
man.
my boy. My eyes were always on that mamacita right there. Because Also, on top of that, because you gotta remember, it's not just because you're seeing like a guy smashing that girl, but the expression that the female is also giving you, because it
Yeah.
goes back to the earlier what we are trying
Yeah.
to say, like guys get aroused by the opposite, at least if we talk about heterosexual like relationship, you get aroused by the expression of the other person and so on and so on. So it might not necessarily be about seeing another guy,
Yeah.
but the scenery that the female gives us. That's why they like when they video it, they're not putting it on the guy.
Yeah.
They're not putting
Yeah.
the camera mostly on the guy. They're
Yeah.
giving the bigger picture to the female.
Yes, because I think that would be considered that you might have homosexual tendencies.
Exactly.
Let's call it homosexual tendencies. If you would knowingly search for
Gay.
male.
Hey, nothing bad to our gay viewers. Nothing to
This
our gay
conversation
viewers.
is leading nowhere.
My bad. My bad.
Anyways, but
Hey.
I want to get back to the point
My
where
Gay.
Bahi was talking about like everybody be watching porn. That's the thing. Like, yeah, sure, it is. I think it's to the point. It's good normalizing it where nobody needs to feel ashamed about it. But at the same time, there is a catch to it. If you say it is normal, it doesn't mean it's good.
Like,
Well, like majority people are doing things that are considered more normal, but when you say that something is more normal, is it healthy?
yeah.
I mean, smoking
Because
is considered normal.
Being
No,
a couch potato can be considered normal. Is it good for your health?
Exactly.
Not necessarily.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah. The reason why I'm using these words, or I would say,
I know.
for provocation.
That's the tough love.
not just
tough
the
love.
provocation, but that tough love. Because I don't want anyone to lose a relationship, to lose their life, to lose their own actual spirit, their own actual soul.
You know that cassava.
I don't want them
Hey!
to have a bad experience with a woman because of porn. You have unrealistic expectation of the reality, and because you have the unrealistic expectation of reality, when you meet a woman, you cannot get erection, you
Yeah.
don't feel that good, it's not that same, and then you go revert back to
Yeah.
porn. I don't want anyone to experience that.
Yeah.
Even if you are gay, even if you are actually gay, I don't care that you're gay. I care about that. Are you okay with your sexuality? The
Yes.
real one.
Yes.
The real sexuality.
And funny thing is, when we speak about this subject, we are pushing it in a form that to a more like a male viewers.
Yes.
But this could also include the females as well.
Yeah. Oh,
for sure.
There's
For
also
sure.
females who also are addicted to porn.
It's funny how
But
little
the
you-
majority is mostly male.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'ma actually give you some interesting facts about this this
Who was
topic.
lacking?
This topic about females and males and why females don't watch as much porn.
Bro, because they have their freaky ass shit, man.
No.
Have you seen their freaking
Well,
game times and play toys?
I have a good explanation for that. Number one, they are women.
And
Oh.
number two actually is females are, at least in my experience, are much more aroused and, well, kind of like their aroused is boosted by imagination rather than watching things.
That's true.
They like to hear like and
You're
visualize
you're
it in their
you're
head.
on the right track. You're on the right track.
Bro,
Do
I've
you
been
know-
playing games.
Do you know equivalent to porn? What is it to a woman? Do you know? Do you guys know? What's like male for males is content that is porn visual. What is for female the
It's a
equivalent?
freaking book, text. I know, my nigga. Cause like I said,
Yes,
I will
sir.
play certain games, bro. Like I said, only me and one person know, and God knows.
But interesting enough, why is it that the females are more aroused by book or by text? Because if you say to a male guy that, hey, females are aroused by book, they will look at you like, you effing retard. What are you talking about? You cannot talk about you're aroused by a book. What are you aroused about book? Like, you get what I'm saying? But for a female, it's very different. And this is the reason. For a female, I don't know have you guys experienced it, but female has two parts where she gets turned on.
How do you know this?
Should I be worried
How
right
do you
now?
know this?
Hold up, let me
Should
explain.
I be worried right now?
Let me explain. But they have
Explain
they
yourself.
have two parts. They get turned on.
Parts.
They get turned on emotionally, mentally, and they get turned on physically. Now, guys, when they get turned on physically, they get turned on emotionally. Like, it doesn't separate both two of them. If you have a hard on, your mind goes like, yeah, it's now time.
What mind?
No.
What the
No.
hell? What
No,
mind?
Hey,
Which
that's
mind?
cap. That's cap. Because have y'all ever had that morning wood that you're confused why the hell you have it, but you still have it?
But after, like, immediately, like, in that moment, you were like, man, I wish I would having cutting wood now.
Hey, Abby.
But you get what I'm saying? Like, you are horny. Yeah. But
Yeah.
well, horny, like
Vestiashi.
horny. But what I'm trying to say is that for a guy, it's not a separation. Like you cannot be just mentally aroused or just physically aroused. You're both at the same time. But for a woman, it's different because she can be mentally very aroused, but physically she doesn't feel anything. But then she can be physically very aroused, but mentally she is not feeling it.
Yeah.
Like that's why, for example, when this is very dark topic, when it comes to these rape fantasies that women have, why they are turned on by that, even though mentally they are against it, because they physically are turned on by that, to be taken against their will.
And there comes that shame because they
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's actually, for example, a good example of what I'm trying to, I would say, explain it here. That if a woman is feeling you, maybe she is not physically attracted to you, and that's why she is not physically like turned on.
Yeah.
But then emotionally, maybe she is like, she's looking to you and saying, okay, he's everything that I want, but physically I'm not feeling anything.
Or the other way around.
Or the other way.
She's smart as hell to you, but then you do something. She might be really angry to you, but she might be mentally attracted to you.
Exactly. Like, for example, oops, I cheated. My bad.
Oopsie.
Oh,
Oopsie.
I cheated. But have you seen those women still are with that guy? How is that possible? There's no
Attachment
possible.
issues.
You get what I'm saying? Like, there's no possible way that she is not feeling attraction physically towards him. So that is, I would say, the big separation between men and female in this.
Yeah.
And that's why, for example, when they targeted demographic of females, when like similar to Pornhub, they targeted the same thing for females, like they're all guys. It failed drastically, but it got success in some other area. Do you want to know which one?
Of course I do.
The gay guys. The men for the win again. Let's go.
They can't beat us in any sport.
we are
What the
getting
fuck?
we are getting cancelled.
W's in everything. What the fuck?
But no, I'm serious. Like they tried to make a porn site for females only,
But somehow it attracted the
but
guys.
it attracted the gay guys.
Hey, game is game. Win is a win.
Hey, they still win.
But they still won. So, and actually, the most important part is that gay guys are more attracted to heterosexual males.
Wait. I just no disrespect to,
But what is the dynamics there? Are they those homosexuals more feminine or?
wait.
Yeah,
Repeat what you just said now.
Yeah. Gay guys
Yeah.
prefer heterosexual males.
And those
I mean,
and those,
I ain't gay, but I know I'm pretty and all that. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
You know,
But that's the interesting part.
But
like,
you know,
yes.
we had in high school. You remember? We had.
don't
some,
remind me like that, bro. Don't
You had-
remind me.
You remember? They were like
My booty hole was in fear.
exactly. Yeah, but you remember, like they were more attracted to you than other gay guys.
Hey, game is game. You know what I'm saying?
But the reason is that gay guys usually are more feminine, more submissive, and they like more masculine, and heterosexual guys are more masculine in by nature because they are more into women.
Unless you're a soy boy.
From there.
Because we've seen those as well.
Yeah, because I remember there was one of my acquaintances' uncle, I think it was uncle. He had just turned gay, and he was talking with his sister, and he was talking about like maybe he should be more feminine or blah blah blah.
Did he have good clothes?
Wait, what?
Sorry?
Did he have like good clothes?
No, I think because here comes the point. He was thinking should he be more feminine. His sister was like, get over yourself. Don't
Like
do that shit.
No, because usually when they come out of the closet, you think that they have good clothes.
I don't know about that. I don't know about. I just but here's the point of the story. Like the point was that he was thinking.
It was a joke.
Shut up, nigga. Shut up.
Anyways, my point in the
We
story,
are
in the story. Anyways, the point was that he was already thinking should he be more feminine, and her mom, not her, was his mom, but like his sister, like no, don't do that shit. But the funny thing is that maybe it wasn't like oh I need to prove my gayness, but it was more about like okay I need
Kinda
to
like
balance out that dynamic of attraction, right?
Yeah.
Because there is always that feminine and masculine side,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
are usually the main essence of attraction, right?
Yeah.
Only time female can submit me or make me submit is when she's on the top. What?
And now when it comes to next question, you're in your virgin experience, of course.
Oh nope.
Oh yeah,
Tell
third
me,
person.
have you ever witnessed two feminine people or two masculine people feeling attraction for each other?
I have witnessed it, but I have seen also that it's not fully masculine or fully feminine. Like it has like, I've have experienced actually this myself, when it comes to these hyper feminists, when they are like very against males, like very against males, and they have this masculine essence where they are working with themselves and they are very independent, blah blah blah. But then when you start to put them under pressure,
It's
It
the
cracks.
opposite.
It cracks really quickly.
in a sexual way.
Yeah.
Not even sexual, but
I'm-
responsible.
not the responsibility. No. I'm talking about just. Hold up, wait a second.
Oh yeah, thank you very much. What? That's gay. Bro.
No, it's not gay. You're from Africa.
Yeah,
You're more cold.
You gotta keep. Hey, what are you laughing at, man? Come on,
No.
let him ask
I'm
me.
just wondering this conversation. Well, that's gay. No, that's so gay.
Bro, come on.
No,
now.
but
Come on.
I've seen it. I have happened to myself when a very like independent woman broke down and started to act like a little girl in front of me because I started to pressure her in a sexual way. And usually when woman is like that, she just have a very pent up frustration, which is sexual usually, and she is acting masculine. You get what I'm saying? She's
see.
acting it, but if she finds another man who is very masculine or who has a very tough boundaries, like hey, don't cross this, or I will do something that you don't like. And if she meets that kind of man, then she starts to feel like I don't know if I should tell this story.
You don't have to. You don't have to if you want to protect your
But
virginity.
I am a virgin. But basically, what happened is I met. Hold up, I need to take this. My dad is.
Oh yeah.
Coming
so,
right back. Commercial break.
Commercial break right now. And it's
So, anyways, commercials. What
Wait.
commercials?
so the
Yeah. The weather is really nice outside.
no, it's not. It's dog shit.
Come on, man.
Have you seen how great these outside?
Hey, come on, I'm from Finland. What do I know?
I mean,
I'm biased.
you should go to the south, bro. This weather's out here, bro. You should go to south, see the booties. And
Oh, well.
you're
Yeah,
missing
I-
out, my boy.
I'm more of a winter guy.
Man, no wonder you're hot, cold, and shit. You need to find
Yeah.
that hot, warm summer, that booty jiggle, and everything. Ooh.
Commercial break.
Commercial
ends.
break.
What was about it?
So now you gotta cut
We're
it.
just talking about weather. What else as a Finnish
booties.
people?
Weather and booties.
Weather and Buddhist.
All right.
Anyway, so you were
So
saying?
the story goes like this: she had daddy issues, and
Alright.
Like all of them.
and she was very attractive, and the thing was with her that she had all these things, but basically was that she didn't have ever a good father or a father figure, and now she had to do it all by herself, and by default it makes her more masculine. She wants to take control. She doesn't trust anyone.
Yeah.
And then we met. We met in a mutual place, and we were working in the same place. I would say a project it was. We were working on something, and I took all the responsibility.
Oh.
And she didn't have ever someone, a man, take all the responsibility. Like, don't worry, girl, I got this. Oh, but don't worry, girl, I got this.
So
I know you are capable, but I got this.
So that is what you mean by pushing your masculine side. What you were saying earlier there.
Yeah, like you are not like pushing it in a bad way,
Yeah.
but you're taking it as more of a natural thing.
But that means that you're not pushing, you're showcasing your...
Exactly. and when I did that, I remember the first time I did that, she was very uncomfortable.
I can imagine.
Like, think about it. That you go,
expressing
you go whole life thinking that this is the way. Then someone shows you another way, and shows you that hey, you can be actually a woman.
Yeah.
It made her initially very uncomfortable, but I remember clear till this day. The next time we met, she was like a little girl. Like she actually was like she was the same age as us, but she was giggling, she was smiling, she was she was very and she trusted me so much.
Is that security? Because
And
that's the number one.
From there it started, and then she said to me that you are the first guy that ever made me feel like this,
Like a woman.
like a woman. And that's where this experience happened to me, that even though she wasn't a feminist, of course, because I don't deal with that bullshit, but she was a very
Straight to the subject.
she was actually a very independent woman. She always took care of herself. She always went to work. She always paid, like she did everything by herself. Nobody came to her rescue. So because of that, she was like more masculine tendencies. Like, of course, it if a human being becomes traumatized of something, they become more masculine because they have to survive it.
And the other way around, vice versa for men, right?
Even for men, if you are suffering from something and you're traumatized by it, you learn a way to survive it, and then therefore you become more masculine, right?
Or feminine, I guess. Can it happen in a way, same way to man, that he can become feminine in a way to kind of, I guess,
I mean, unless you're
somehow
in
cope with it.
At that point, you're talking about prison now, because that's
I don't
Can
know.
it happen?
I don't know. Maybe if you're raped,
yeah,
That's true.
maybe
No,
if you're
no.
raped, but
Or
I
no,
don't-
actually,
is
even
it-
in rape situation, because like a lot of youngsters or younger male guys, male figures who have like been SA in a younger age, it usually tend to turn out into violent tendency
Yeah,
when they're
yeah, yeah.
older, or they might do some heinous thing, like
yeah,
example,
yeah. They
make
try to, yeah,
rage
yeah.
outbursts here
Yeah.
and there. So it usually tend to be much more of a aggressive tone or passive aggressive tone than a feminine tone.
So it
That's-
is, but passive aggression isn't masculine trait.
No, yeah, not really, but you see that it is, how would I say, unstable
Yeah.
behavior, like
Mm.
But isn't
Yeah.
like masculinity kind of about being direct
Yeah.
and upfront about things? And
Yeah.
if you're not being upfront, I'm not saying it necessarily means that you're feminine, but it's definitely not masculine
Yeah.
trait. If
Yeah.
I would start messing around with you indirectly and throwing off some passive aggressive comments,
Yeah.
and you would catch up on that,
Yeah.
that you wouldn't see me as a masculine person.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know about that, but what I know that if you have suffered in your life, like let's say for example, that you had to fight against bullies, that made you more of a tougher person. Therefore, you are more masculine.
Yeah.
Like you get what I'm saying? But can it make me more feminine? I don't know. I cannot. Maybe.
I guess it can be more like maybe in situations where you're not faced with a physical threat. Maybe I don't know.
Maybe.
I
Maybe,
would
but
say-
this is just very hypothetical thinking.
Yeah.
But still,
I would say like this, because I've personally experienced dating, kind of like what Ida said. The person I used to date was very masculine in her traits because of her background, the way she was raised and how she had to survive on her environment. So it automatically put us in a state of masculine trait, and masculine trait trying to like compete
Yeah.
about who's gonna be in the leading position. And you can imagine what that causes:
Yeah.
a bunch of nonsense and issues for no apparent reasons.
Yeah.
But what is the like basis or grounds that allows example female to be more feminine? It's the security and like peace in a sense.
yeah,
Because if you put a female in a space that makes her feel like she's not safe or protected, she will automatically take an alternative
yeah,
position, which tend to be a lot of cases much more masculine position
it must more
to
aggressive.
like secure herself. Yes, much more aggressive. And aggression in females might seem a little bit different. It might seem off kind of like
More verbal. It's not physical.
Yes, it's not
Yeah.
physical.
yeah,
They
So-
like females are also aggressive,
yeah,
but males are a little bit more, and they tend to more be physical as aggressiveness.
Yeah.
Hence to females, aggressiveness, which is more like verbal.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're on very point on that.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah. Like the example I gave you is that was the reason that when I said it in a way where she understood that okay, I can trust this guy. But then I had to prove, of course, I cannot just say that hey, I got this, but then lay on my back and do nothing. You cannot do.
You thought I actually meant it? What?
What?
I mean, hey, till this day, I remember what I heard. What I heard, you know, I make some people feel like more feminine.
Oh yeah.
Even though they had to go all through life as masculine characters.
Yes,
so
sir.
I've done something right, I guess. Something.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, I will say it like this. As a man, when you take all the responsibility off of a woman, like she can be herself, she can be a woman.
Exactly.
Afterwards, you get to the part where you can enjoy a good woman, because I cannot imagine that you have
Vices.
that you have another female who is masculine and you can enjoy her.
Well, yeah.
I cannot imagine that. Maybe if you are a soy boy and you like to be dominant, maybe. I don't know.
Hey, come on now, don't disrespect our soul boys. Man.
Maybe.
Somebody might like,
Maybe,
their balls busted or something.
Maybe. I don't know. That
Shit
freaky,
like that.
that freaky stuff, maybe.
You know what I mean? BDSM.
Maybe. I don't know. But
Yeah.
in general rule, heterosexual male likes a female who is submissive or more feminine than him. And 90% of females are more feminine and 90% of males are more masculine. Like in nature. Like from their nature. Now, what the porn did and social media and all these extremist views of how they pushed it tried to like mess this dynamic up. And that's why women are behaving the way they are, and that's why men are behaving the way they are. And it comes to this conclusion that what can we do about it? Why women are acting more and more masculine, and why men are acting more and more feminine, and why men are not trying more, and why women are trying so much, and why in the world women have so much success, and why men don't have that much success, and it's just a upside down world, I would say, when it comes to this scenario. I even gave a great. Now we go back to the dating point, but I gave even a great example to Puri. I don't know if I told you about this. A guy gave up his life to work in I don't remember what it was, but he worked on some like hard labor stuff.
All
It-
right.
Maybe I'm not
Something
sure,
like that.
but he gave up his life in order for his female, like his woman, to
enjoy.
go and law school,
Yeah.
to get educated.
Oh yeah, I remember the story.
Yeah, and she got
I
educated.
can already guess
Like-
where the story is going.
And she got educated, and
Mhm.
she was getting cases and all that. But now she said that now I'm not feeling it because I want a man who is on my level.
Exactly.
At least, you know.
I mean,
Yeah. And I'm looking at it like there's no man who said the same thing. Like there is a famous WWE wrestler named Rey Mysterio. I think both of you know.
Yeah.
619.
Booyaka, booyaka.
Espartero.
And that guy, he was so broke he had to sleep under the ring because he didn't have money to pay rent.
That's tough.
His wife, now wife, gave up medical school, in order to work in a minimum wage job to support Ray to get in WWE.
Damn. That's tough.
They are still together.
Exactly. We're trying to find that gold piece of diamond as well, man. Where y'all at?
I mean, and there is no man who will dump a woman. I cannot imagine a real man who will dump a woman who has been alongside him in the hard times.
I mean, Ice Cube. We got another one, Ice Cube.
Ice Cube,
He's,
yeah.
Ever since he stuck with that girl till this day. Till
Yeah.
they did it together.
Yeah, and unfortunately, they're trying to mess this dynamic up. But I've seen it. I said it even our first podcast when we did with Bachit. I said it that you asked us that what have you seen that what women are now looking for, and I said it that they are looking for that dominating or that masculine type,
Masculine traits.
masculine traits, they are actually craving for it. And this is the reason, because naturally, just as men are attracted to the same things for thousands and thousands and thousands of years,
Big booties and titties. What?
females.
Hey, I caught you lucky. I thought you also do it too.
Females are attracted to the same thing, security. There's no female who said, you know what, I don't like secure men. Like, who says I don't like secure men?
I don't like.
You don't like secure men? What?
Like,
That statement basically goes against any logic.
exactly. So
Amazing that.
Secure man. What does she then like? Dare I ask?
I don't know, insecure. I don't know.
Insecure, violent, short-tempered,
Maybe.
aggressive,
Maybe.
wimpy,
Or
whiny,
what they like to
bitchy.
call nowadays small dick energy.
Oh man.
Small dick energy.
Oh, man.
That don't even make any sense, but
Oh man.
Small dick energy is a good summary.
hey,
Great.
that's the weirdest.
Small dick energy.
like-
Big dick energy, small dick energy.
Like what?
Which one do you have?
Saggy titty energy also does it exist or loose?
Oh,
Because that actually funny thing, that's the one of the weirdest, like, I guess, cunning, like, disrespectful or these names to give somebody small dick energy is somebody if your energy is not matching with somebody. Because like what? Is the
Yeah,
guy
that's
gonna
some-
respond? You
yeah.
got a small titty energy, or you got a saggy titty energy?
Yeah, that's true.
Or you overweight energy? Like it don't even make sense if you think about it. Like
Yeah, the
come on.
connection it shouldn't be the measurement of your dickness.
Pretty much, and then like body positivity. Come on now.
Like if you don't feel if you don't feel like you are attracted to someone, you don't vibe with someone, it shouldn't be like, oh, you have a small dick.
yeah,
Pretty much.
yeah.
Come on now.
But if you are, I guess that the person who is really quick to make that judgment, that she or he has a small dick issue,
I mean, something is
or
loose.
whatever she has.
Yeah,
Something is loose up there as well.
Yeah.
yeah. Attraction is not a choice. We all know.
Game is game.
Like, the love is a choice. Like, when you want to be with someone, that's a choice.
Mm.
But when you feel attraction towards someone, that's not a choice. When you see, like, we are three different guys, we see one woman, maybe one of us is not attracted towards her, even though she has all the assets.
The assets.
Assets.
Yeah. Like all feminine assets. Good
Again,
guy, gynoid
I
fat.
bet at least 20 guys screech for a moment. The assets. Yes.
Sue me if you want to come and talk to. Come here. We have always a pedestal for the guest, and we can talk about it.
The assets, exactly.
But yeah, and we can look at another woman and we say, she eyed, but when maybe some of us can say, oh, she's very gorgeous. Like you get what I'm saying? Like it's different for attraction, but when it comes to love, and you can testify this, love is a choice. You choose to be with that person.
My nigga, how do you think I managed 7 years?
Exactly, and
Man, the
it's-
sacrifices that niggas gotta make. Man.
but basically we are talking how the porn affected the whole thing, and we have been maybe from place to place, and this is like segue into segue, and I would say maybe the best takeaway from this is that if you struggle with porn, if you have addiction that you don't know, that usually people don't know that they have this addiction. Look into it. Look into it. Why you have it? Where do you have it? Where does it come from? Why you have? Why it makes you go there and look at it?
Yes.
And understand that if you have anxiety, if you have depression, if you have anything, some sort of that you feel uncomfortable talking to another human being, female friend, it's
Yeah.
because of porn. I'm looking at the dead now in the camera and saying this because it's true. I have seen guys that when they quit porn, their communication skills got better. And it's either something physiological happens, or either it pushes that you have to do it because you have all this pent up, I would say, energy.
Well, I guess
Testosterone.
Testosterone.
I guess because so much energy goes into porn, it makes sense. That lots of your testosterone kind of low. Your levels of testosterone lower when you are using lots of pornography, right?
Yeah.
So I guess that would give away why you are not so you don't have that same energy or that same determination to go after. Oh well, I
Yeah.
got what I wanted from
Yeah.
pornography, even though you really didn't get
Exactly.
anything you wanted.
Exactly.
So that kind of like makes you like a vegetable.
Yeah.
I mean, do you know how
Or
the amount, pretty much? Do you know how the amount of times that your brains gets confused that you have like achieved? Because basically, our mind just translates whatever we're doing. So your mind thinks that you have achieved like procreation with somebody,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Kind of.
when you bust a nut 10 times a day, your brain's like, oh, we
Yeah.
trying to create babies.
But the only difference is what happens when you watch porn and masturbate to it compared to having sex with a woman.
How do you know?
I'm not the person who says I'm a virgin.
Ah, okay, got you. Got
See?
you.
He's a senior citizen. He has done.
I'm not contradicting myself.
Got you.
You would be
I'm
contradicting
not
yourself.
contradicting. I'm not contradicting.
He's done the
of
deed.
course. You would be if you would say that. But anyways, the difference between having sex and watching porn is that when you have sex, you release oxytocin, which isn't released to have watching porn and masturbating to it.
Okay. Yeah. Is it? I don't know what it is.
Because
Like,
it's a human
is it-
connection thing, right?
It is
When-
like a good feeling.
It's a feel-good
or-
hormone.
it's a-
but
it's a-
it's a hormone you get when you hug. For
Yeah, it
example,
creates
when you-
kind of like removes stress levels or drops it down noticeably, and also gives you kind of like ease of mind. You know, the
Yeah.
same way as when some people like meditate and have
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
bliss of kind of like a peace, sense of mind, emptiness.
Or,
I'm just like I know where it comes from. Like
It gives
if you
also
go-
kind of like a
yeah.
security feeling.
I'm just baffled by then how it differs from dopamine.
Because
You know.
dopamine is, well...
Is
it's
it
a
more like
transmitter. It's a neurotransmitter. It's a
It's kind of
neurotransmitter
like,
of
yes.
endorphin is the hormone, right?
All right,
That's like the really feel good hormone.
Luckily, I
Dopamine-
got a
know.
guy who knows the biology.
Let's
Bible.
go. Let's go.
I would
this
have
is-
been like...
you can find this from Bible, of course.
Exactly. Kids,
Blasphemy.
read and get connected with God.
Actually, it helps. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Man, the amount of...
But you were talking. Hey, we were talking about reading. How women like to be stimulated by reading.
Jesus, don't
Yep.
don't
I'm
say
gonna
it,
buy a
start
woman
reading
a
Bible.
Bible.
No. Let's go. Let's go, baby.
I have to experiment it myself.
Let's go,
What?
baby. Let's go,
You have
baby.
experimented yourself.
I have to experiment.
Oh,
something.
I was like,
Yeah.
hold on a minute. This preacher have done something.
He's in
Can you
a.
imagine me
Holy
going
water.
to a woman?
Ka-chow.
Have you ever read a Bible? Here's a book for you. Let's talk about Bible.
He's going to a club with the Bible, like, hey, baby.
Hey, yo, baby girl.
With the swag.
Hey, baby
babe,
girl,
how
don't
you
let-
doing, babe? I have a Bible. What?
Not even Bible. Here comes.
Take
Baby girl, don't make me shook you with that psalms. What? Oh, what you talking about? Oh, you mean the Matthew 3rd?
Oh, you know what I'm saying.
jeez. He said Luke 5.
You know what I'm saying? But
Book
no,
of Moses.
anyway.
we are joking, but actually, if you are connected more to God, it helps you with addiction, not just with porn, but with any addiction. And you can see it in like when people tell stories about this, and you see it the good side and the bad side. If you actually are curious to read, when people tell these stories that when they are like 40 years old and they've been suffering from this addiction, porn addiction, they haven't met any woman, they haven't had any good connection with the woman. That is the reason you
Yeah.
are watching porn. You have a, if you think porn is free, you are not a very smart person because you are paying with something.
No, that's the logic. Anything
And-
that is free, the payment is you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see, it's
That
simple as that.
you are paying with your soul.
So I want to go back to the practical things that people can do in order to get this behavior under better control.
Let's go.
I'll lift the up they want. So let me say.
We all already prepared the books.
So another question is, you said that you have to get to know root cause. That's one
Yeah.
thing that you need to understand what is happening. Why? What makes you go to that behavior? That's okay. Some people just get rewired to it eventually after some loss of exposure to porn.
Yep.
As some people medicate some issue. And you said other thing is that you connect with higher power, whatever it is. What else can you practically do? Like right after this, what has ended this episode. And
Yeah,
they want to
yeah.
do
It's
something.
a good ending.
So what can people do today even or tomorrow, whatever, soon enough to kind of start dealing with this behavior better?
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much. I would say immediately there's usually two things that leads to somebody abusing porn or using porn to release stress and etc. Is one, you have too much stress. That's one way, because you get to jack off, release some of that stress.
Mm-hmm.
Two is you have too much time in your hand. So you're not using your time efficiently, like doing exercising, etc., or doing some proper work. Because if you didn't have time, you wouldn't have time to beat your meat. So that's two. So I would say find out a way to fill out your schedule in a way that you're doing something productive to yourself, like read a book, go outside, find a hobby, do something that like keeps you active and interested, because usually it's out of boredom. A lot of cases, at least people that I've known, that beat their meat or
Masturbate.
masturbate. Yes, let's be more civilized. Masturbate often is because they're bored and they have too much time in their hand and they do not have anything better to do.
Yeah.
So find something that could fill out that empty space, and especially when you're starting to think about quitting porn, you don't need to take it in a rash way, as Idal says, that immediately cut it, because if it's an addiction, it will work as the same way as any other addiction. If you quit it immediately, you will have some type of side effects, which usually tend to lead to person to revert back into that same habit. So if you want to quit, start with smaller paces. Like, don't think about, I'm gonna quit this forever. Think about, okay, I'm not gonna watch porn today. Tomorrow, again, if you feel like you want to watch porn, remind yourself, I don't want to watch porn today because I want to be a better person. Like, example, write a notes, or every time you have temptation, find something as an excuse on top of it. The same way you find excuse to do your homework, pretty much. If you can create the same excuses on watching porn, sooner or later you will notice, oh shit, a month has gone by. Oh, I haven't had the tendency. And the reason why I tell you, don't leave out too much empty space on your schedule is because you won't have that boredom time of, I don't have anything to do. Let me release it off, basically. So that's my advice. Take it slow, and have a plan with it, because that's the number one thing. Have a plan with it, and also the reason why, of course, we say go get closer to God, but if we have somebody who's atheist and doesn't want to believe in God, then the other option is meditate. Trying to improve your spiritual connection with yourself, because that helps a bunch of time. Because as we guys know, after that post-nut clarity, bruh, I feel like I'm in the peak of my spiritual self. Like, bro, why did you do it? Come on now.
your mind is gonna be like, what is spirituality?
Exactly, and you feel, it feels like your spirit is talking.
You're a vegetable at that point.
Yes.
Bro, I'm not vegetable. I'm that holy vegetable at that point. Like,
Holy
it's
vegetable.
like, bro, why did you do it? Come on now.
I have just a quick question.
So good.
Have you been ever sucked your soul out?
I don't know if I want to say it in front of camera, because some people might have.
What was the question?
And this might
Have
be
you-
used as evidence against me. So
Have you ever been sucked your soul out?
How does virgin use that kind of statement?
hey, exactly. That funny thing. That's actually a proper question. What the hell?
You
Is
made
it-
it sound like there was
it's a-
ulterior motive behind it.
It's not an ulterior motive. It is a fair question. Yes or no?
Hey, I would say, as I said earlier, I will plead the fifth, and I will say, me
plead
and the
the
other
fifth.
person knows, and God knows,
God only knows.
and God knows. So let's say like that.
So
This can be used as evidence against me. So I'm not gonna lead myself like that.
Smart.
So
yeah,
So basically, that's it. Take it slow, and don't take it as a task, basically, because that's one of also thing. Don't take it as a as any person. If you need to do something that is tiring or exhausting and needs a lot of thinking, you tend to bypass it and go to the easy route, which usually is to go back to the same habit. So,
yeah.
but yeah, pretty much most of what I've said.
Yes. So there were a few things that you mentioned. Emotional side. There was goal setting, which pretty much you meant is that you make your life aspirational for yourself.
Pretty much, because
Pretty much.
you feel bored basically when you beat your or why am I using the you
can use it, but we know what you're talking
we've
about.
been speaking of slang with slang too often, but yes, you're bored. That's why you tend to masturbate, to have some kind of entertainment and that small
That's one.
dopamine boost. So
Yes, so pretty much emotional thing. And then also we kind of mentioned on the side was the empathy. You said you be patient with yourself.
yes, true, because I'm gonna be honest. There will be times. I don't know if you can like relate, but like in beginning stage of when you first time think about you wanna quit it. There might be times when you slack off a little bit, and by accident you notice you're in a website, and then you're like, you might not have done anything, not example masturbated or anything like that, but you've like went to the website and you were like curious about going in, but then you realize, oh no, I'm about that life. Don't feel shame about it. Like you understand why you reacted that way and accept it, and
Yes.
just go back to the plan
it.
of trying to get rid of the
Yeah.
habit.
So emphasis more on the things that you did right, rather than having done the things wrong way.
Pretty much.
And the self-talk thing as well. But like, don't beat yourself up, because that's what happens when we make mistakes. Whatever it is means, we tend to beat ourselves up. So be very aware what you tell yourself at that point. Yeah, that's good.
Pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much.
Great.
Man,
Yeah.
and I already know this guy comes up. Man, you is a bit, and your cousin is a bit, and if you don't
now
stop right now,
We are getting totally cancelled. I'm
now-
telling you.
Now,
hey, remember, I would have said that, but we try to. Hey,
Hey, we already said, I have said so messed up stuff so much, but you know what?
bro, I'm
The-
back.
No.
You're trying to make me on top
Yeah,
of that
true,
one that
true,
cancels
true,
the whole
true,
thing.
True. Do you know what is white on top of the black on bottom?
Don't say no Oreo shit, man.
No, society.
Hey,
yeah.
Woo!
But if I may,
My bad, my
if
bad.
I may ask, if
Yeah.
I may add my own 2 cents on this, I will say that I pretty much follow on the things you said.
Yeah.
That I connect with God, connect with your emotions, connect with things that you find meaningful, but also find a way to deal with those, especially with the emotions. If you just tell yourself no, your willpower tends to be like it's not permanent. Like what I
Yeah.
mean is temporary. It will run out eventually. If you use only your willpower, it will tend to burn out. So find a way to have strategies that you can use in the moments you have urges.
Yeah.
For example, there are some cognitive behavioral therapy techniques or those kind of things that you can learn. Find a way to deal with your urges and track your urges. Where did they come from? What happened? What did you do right? What did you do wrong? And learn from the mistakes and set boundaries. And also, because of this, there are so much things you need to do. Focus on the journey and not the destination. Because if you rush to the destination, you're going to be the person who rushes to the destination. And I think the most essential thing, what you can do alongside those goals, is that you measure your progress along the side. Because that, if you only like, oh, I stayed 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 1 month, 11 months, what is the measurement of your progress? The days. What happens then when you relapse?
Yeah.
You go
Go
back
back
to
to
back
Yeah,
to
you're
zero,
back. Yeah.
and you haven't got shit to measure your progress with. So you want to measure. Okay, so I managed to deal with urges in this way. Okay, so I have this situation with woman. I managed not to objectify her. That's good. That's progress right there.
Yeah.
So that I would say that you have to be really, really have to focus on your self-talk in these situations. You need to find ways to measure things you have done right.
Yeah.
and one big mistake.
And also, I'm talking now about positive practice gratitude, because it can get really dark sometimes.
Yeah, that's facts. You think drugs and alcohol and cigars are bad. Porn is one thing that can actually mess you up in a big time.
Yeah.
And I don't know, does anyone know this? But porn is one of the biggest reasons why people kill themselves.
Yeah.
Porn is one of the biggest reasons why people go and shoot in schools. For example, here in Finland happened that on.
Oh yeah, the Hermione.
Yeah,
You used
it's
porn?
in Vantaa.
Oh, that's different. Oh,
Yeah,
really?
I know, but the case, it was last week Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
What did they find out about some porn news?
Was it Wednesday or last week?
It relates to something like that.
It can relate, but
yeah,
it
it's not maybe
wasn't.
directly to
Yeah,
it,
but it can be one reason. Of course, yeah.
Most of the cases that have been conducted, that why school shooting happened or why killing yourself, suicides happen, is somehow related to porn, or is number one topic of why it happens. And even this Finland case, and we are sorry we take our condolences to families that have been affected towards it, not just by the shooter, but also for the shooter, because he was a kid. He maybe thought that this is a game. Like you can shoot a human being and then they respawn back to life. You don't know.
Well,
And they said that it was school like bullying. Maybe it was.
bullied.
Yeah, like he said that he was bullied.
Mm.
And he transferred like in January. He
Yeah.
transferred to school, and we take our condolences to them. But basically, what I'm trying to say is that it can get you into very deep, dark places where you are doing nasty things, raping, for example, killing someone, taking your life, suicide, having a bad relationship with everyone around you, doing these heinous acts. Like there are a bunch of stuff that can correlate, and even porn stars who I don't know if how many of you know, but many porn stars kill themselves afterwards.
There was actually, I heard about this one. I'm not gonna keep it names. I know. No,
Lucky, lucky.
this one porn star killed herself.
Yep.
Committed suicide a while back even. She was
Yep.
pretty known in the industry, and she
Yep.
killed herself.
Yeah,
And that nobody saw it coming.
yeah, yeah, and you are.
They're gonna say the
But-
names.
But think about how messed up it is that there are still videos of those people.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Like you can see the art of them.
Oh no, this guy is looking for that cancellation.
Yeah, but
Oh,
it
man.
makes you think like how
Yeah.
many people, like the people who were watching her videos, how much they contributed to her pain.
Yeah, think about that. And more so, it's very baffling to me that how many people are like in those videos.
Mm.
And even in that video that Puri sent, there's like how much? 14% or 40% of people who are sex trafficked in those porn videos.
Mm.
That they are using people just for those porn
Yeah.
videos.
And regarding that, like coming to that question, like if you want to do it, then you can do it. But like I think that's kind of very, very loaded way of stating it.
Yeah.
Because some women have been conditioned by the surrounding world to think, hey, it's good that you are expressing yourself
Yeah.
sexually and doing these things. You go, girl, women empowerment, blah, blah.
He knows.
All the kind of things that we are told repeatedly. So I think it's very biased or very, very questionable thing to say. Well, if she wants to do it for passion, if she says she loves doing it, I don't buy that.
No, of course not.
To me, it sounds very wrong. I actually had a friend, acquaintance.
She was a porn star?
No. I had an acquaintance who knew someone who
gotcha.
was doing OnlyFans.
Gotcha.
And he was saying, hey, well, as long as she wants to do it, well, it's okay. I was like, no, I don't think so.
Yeah, like the problem with that is that they have to understand what they are losing in that sense.
Yeah.
And I actually respect one of the porn stars who was in a like podcast interview style where she said that she will not have kids because of it. And I actually respected that because she was honest about it. Like there are hundreds of women who do OnlyFans and then afterwards they want to be a baby mama. Why? Why
Or
you
find
want
a committed
you find to
relationship.
come in the relationship? Why? What are you thinking? You think that you're gonna have a good relationship because all that intimacy is it
Intimacy.
intimacy? It's gone.
Mm.
You are intimate with millions and millions of people at that moment.
So pretty much
It
not-
messes you up to
I
a
wouldn't-
degree
I
in your head
wouldn't
as well.
I wouldn't use the word intimacy
Oh.
because where's the intimacy in porn?
That's what I'm saying. That you are not after that. Yeah, that porn. that
Sorry,
porn.
I misheard.
That,
I
that-
misheard you.
That
Sorry.
porn star will not have intimate relationships
I see.
anymore.
Sorry, I misheard.
She will not have. I don't care what she says. I don't care what she does. The only way that she would have is that if all the internet porn was gone.
I mean, my boy,
But-
what? I mean, to me at least, my logic would be like, why would I even date a porn star at that point? Because even cheating wouldn't be nothing
yeah.
else. I would consider it as a business at that point.
but I'm sorry.
No, I was about to say about because a lot of them who do OnlyFans, they do not think about the long-term consequence that it has. Because
Yeah.
usually it's about the current now, the attention that they get, and the money that is behind it. Because of course, as a female, if you do adult content, there's money in a lot of cases in behind it. So
Yeah.
they tend to think about the short-term wins, but then the long-term cons tend to weigh much more heavier
Yeah.
for a longer period of time, or most cases the rest of their life. That's why a lot of them, after finishing doing porn or whatever adult entertainment content, they tend to go to that dark route and then suicide, etc., etc. Because they realize that the long term like heavy weight is or the long term kind of like
bad side.
the baggage
cons,
that comes with
baggage,
it.
Yeah.
The baggage that comes with it is noticeably heavier than they expected to begin with, and they thought it's gonna be an easy stroll, da 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 da. But then later on, oh shit, my relationships are not working the same way. If I have a kid, the kid is gonna be bullied because of what I've did, and etc.
for
and
sure.
the reputation,
For
the
sure.
judgment by the family. Have you all? Oh, quick question. Have you all noticed this one redheaded OnlyFans girl or ex porn star, etc., that found religion or actually came back to religion?
Bullshit.
But she actually quit. She deleted all her like OnlyFans, etc. She was actually daughter of priest who like told her
I don't know.
I'm gonna
I
go
don't
to
know.
OnlyFans, etc., etc. But she has that situation right now because basically she has lost her family. She's not connected with them because of what she did, and she stopped doing porn. So the income is also whatever. And as a long-term relationship, there's the pool of people who would like date you in that sense is noticeably smaller. Because as a regular guy, I mean, yeah, you might date a porn star in a way of, you think about the sexual fantasies and etc. But as a long-term partner, a lot of cases, I don't find myself getting into that that much. So
it's just
The worst.
the cons outweigh the pros that they get.
The worst nightmare is you get in an argument with someone and they say, "Oh, is this your girl?" And think about
bro,
that.
we all saw your woman. Come on now.
Think about that.
it's just sad to think about how harsh the reality is gonna hit them eventually.
But
You-
that's what we've done to
Yeah.
ourselves pretty much.
And
Yeah.
you asked that what steps would you take in order to quit porn?
Yeah.
And I would say it's a good ending.
Yeah,
I
because we
actually,
could go on and on.
Yeah.
and on,
It's a
but
good
this-
ending. He stopped it like
let's go.
the movie is gonna.
No, but I disagree with what you two went on, with that taking small steps. And the reason why I'm saying it is because it's like when you have those temptations that you want to go back, it never goes. Like I have actually explained this with that monk story. I don't know if you remember.
I do remember that
Yeah,
story.
but have you heard the monk who was very religious, very like towards the God, but then the devil came and he started to whisper in his ear, and he
Small by small.
small by small, and he banged a woman.
Game is game.
She got pregnant. She got pregnant. Got a kid. He killed the kid. Yeah, he killed the kid to get rid of evidence. He killed. Then the woman started to like, hey, where's the kid? He killed the woman
As well.
as well.
Double homicide,
She-
bro.
He buried them. He lied to the brothers, and then when the brothers found out where she was, he was reported, and he went to the devil like, "Hey, please help me now." And devil like, "Just say that you don't believe in God, you believe in me, and we're all good." And the guy said that, "Yeah, I believe in you," and the devil say, "Thank you," and went off. He still got executed.
But I would
Game is game.
I would disagree with that because I think that story more gives explanation how addictions tend to progress. I
Exactly.
wouldn't say that small steps is a bad thing because you had to start from somewhere.
I
If you,
didn't-
it's because to me it sounds like you say all or nothing. You need to,
'Cause
you
that
need
was
to make
the-
huge steps or it's all bullshit.
Because
if
to
you
that,
do
I would
something
say the
else.
same thing. Because that was kind of like an opposite side of it. It wasn't toward like the monk improving himself step by step.
Yeah.
He was actually tempted step by step to the other direction. Because
Yes.
as you see, it works the other way around as well. That's why, example, when you have your partner or so, etc., why you don't want them to go example into certain scenarios.
Yeah.
Because it just takes small steps at a time.
Yeah.
Why
Yes.
you don't want them to talk to certain type of people? Because it don't take too many conversations
Yes.
until something else might happen, etc., etc.
Yeah.
So.
Yes, and you need to change your habits. You need to change your lifestyle. You need to change your self-image. All those three things you need to change them in order to make permanent change in your life, so that you won't ever return to porn. So that's why we say, because it's a huge journey.
Yeah. Okay.
That's why I said all those things. Focus on the journey instead of the fucking hell.
Outcome.
Because it's gonna be a long journey.
Yeah.
So that's why if you already are expecting, oh, I should make these huge drives, you can make them. But that's why, because there is a danger, because you're already being very self-critical, because you might have lots of shame, lots of guilt, lots of feeling you have missed out on opportunities, and you put yourself down on those things. So that's why we say, me and Bahid say that start from small, measure your progress. If you make great wins, that's good. But even me and I were talking that what comes slow goes slow.
Yep.
What comes fast goes fast.
Yep.
That's why I would say that if you start seeing only fast progress, that's very dangerous, very flimsy path you take.
And actually, I would say it like this, because I know already you're connecting how we think to how all of them also think, and a lot of them don't have that strong mentality to just drop things immediately.
I was getting to it, but then you cut me off because you are too
Alright.
passionate about
Man,
your
you
point.
All right.
But yeah,
Pretty much, because
Now I let you speak.
I get what he said. That's why I told him earlier. Like, I knew what he was about to say. That's why I didn't say, because I knew immediately. I would say, man, yeah, blah blah blah. But because I remember, that's pretty much how I would think about myself. Because I tend to be self-critical about how I like behave. But I realize also that it does not work to majority of people, because not a lot of them have same type of mentality. That okay, you know what, we gotta do. You have to build it up to a, because it's kind of like saying to somebody who's overweight to all of a sudden exercise in a way that they will be fit by 3 months. It
Yes.
doesn't work.
Yes.
To one person, to small minority, it might work, but the majority, it won't work. That's why we said, like, you have to take that small steps. So there will be still that drive of, okay, I'm going towards good, rather than pushing toward good in a one big jump, and then when one misstep happens, the whole thing just collapses.
Yeah. Yeah.
great.
What you were saying.
Yeah.
Oh, you had your comeback.
Yeah.
Let's hear.
I wouldn't say comeback, but before you interrupted me, I was saying that it's not a bad thing that what you suggested, but this is how I see it.
Exactly. So basically, we came back to what I. The whole
I
circle.
didn't see that one coming.
Hey, you
You caught me off guard.
You could have just pointed out this nigga right here.
Like, no, I couldn't even point out. Like, you jumped immediately. Like, no, it's not like that. Like, hold on.
My bad.
Peter said, "Get over here." hey.
But this is what porn does to you.
No pause.
comment on that.
No pause.
My bad. No. But
He said-
why I'm saying that going cold turkey is better than taking those small steps is that it pushes you to understand that why you want to quit porn, because that is the ultimate question, why you want to do it.
But that's
You get what I'm saying? Because you cannot just, I want to quit porn and then try all these steps, but you don't have any motive behind it. You don't have any cause behind it. I don't see it working if you don't have a good reason behind it. Because it's tied to your sexuality, it's tied to your basic needs. If it's tied to your basic needs, then it's impossible if you don't have a good cause behind that action that you're taking. You can take all these great steps that you said, you can take all the great mentality or all the emotional stuff. You don't have a good cause behind it.
Yeah,
It will suffer, it will
Yeah.
fail. I
That's
can
true.
guarantee you this.
That's true.
And it goes,
experience.
actually it is experience.
I know.
Because when I was a teenager, when I was in high school, I experienced it with this. And
A long montage
and-
of win. Then
and I remember the first time I tried it out, I was 16 years old. I first time tried it out, and I remember the first week, I didn't masturbate, I didn't watch porn. I felt like there was such a big lump of energy inside of me, like it was like a testosterone booster, one after another. And I could feel the woman even respond to me more and more. I still remember till this day, I was doing that for a week, and I was like, let's just test it out. I remember that at the end of the week, I remember still there was a woman, and we were having a conversation, and that
What kind of conversation?
that conversation started to look like we are just in a bubble, like me and her are in a bubble, nobody can burst it out. That kind of connection happened, and I was like, okay, this is it. And why I'm saying to go cold turkey is that you understand why you're doing it. Your life is at stake.
Mm.
That I'm not joking. Your life is at stake. Not maybe like in like if you don't eat, like it's not maybe like that. But your life is at stake because if you are not okay with your sexuality, if you are not in healthy relationships with people around you, if you're not healthy relationship with yourself, you will not have a good life. I can promise you that. And understand also that we don't have a lot of years in this life. If you are lucky, 75 summers at best. 75 summers, not 75 years, because if I say years, it sounds a lot, but if you have to count 75 summers, that's not a lot.
Especially when you're in Finland.
Especially when
I mean, not throwing the country under the bus, but the
So-
weather sometimes be playing with us.
yeah, just like
It's
today.
great.
Huh? Just
great.
like
Just like today.
huh?
It's really great.
Hey,
But he loves it.
I love it out here,
He
bro.
loves it. He loves
God
it. You can hear
damn.
from his voice. He's so happy, eager.
I gotta show my passport as well. Like, God damn, this is the place to be.
This is a place I
I
want
mean,
to go.
Finland is still a lovely country. Don't get me wrong, but god damn, the weather sometimes.
It's great.
And why I'm saying to go cold turkey is to test yourself.
Yeah.
To actually test yourself that where is the problem?
Yes.
Why you are doing this? And then when you realize everything, and it's not easy. I'm not saying it's not easy because quitting any addiction, not just porn, but any addiction, it will be difficult. And what I'm saying, it will get you better results than these, but it's much harder. Because when you take step by step, you make better progress. Just like when he said, like when you're trying to lose weight. It's the same thing. If you try to do extreme exercise that you are not familiar with or your body is not accustomed, you couldn't do that for very long. But let's say, hypothetically, if you can't do that exercise for very long, you will lose much more weight. If that's the case,
I mean,
right?
big risk, risk
Sure.
reward
Yeah.
ratio is noticeably bigger.
And the reason why I'm leaning more towards this side is that we don't have that much to live. That's the only reason. And then, of course, if you are the main character in your own story, don't you want to have a good stories?
Sure.
Like, do you want to have a good stories where you met another woman somewhere,
Mum, it's so
or,
heavy.
or you just
But
want
no.
to want to go to the grave and then say, well, he bet good meat.
But I guess it calls in that question, what level of addiction do you have? If you have like that kind of like addiction, okay, you here and there watch porn and you kind of have a problem with it, but don't really, you can just, maybe you need to use a bit of willpower to get rid of it. Fine, I guess in that way I can see how it could work out, that you just put it on cold, cut it cold turkey and quit it. But if let's say that this is, you have been addicted to porn, let's say 10 years. I don't think going cold turkey is even realistic.
Bro.
Sure, you can go. You can experiment with it. But how realistic is it? You're already thinking negatively about yourself. You probably even hate yourself in worst cases. So you are putting yourself this high standard, I need to quit it cold turkey and I have to control it or I'm fucking loser. Let's say like that. So
Yeah.
the risks are, sure, they can be beneficial, but the risks are also high. So do you need to take that kind of risks? I guess you need to have really, really good reasons to go that way. So in that way, I kind of agree with you.
Yeah,
Still,
and
but I
I'm
see that
still
there's more
agree.
risks than
I'm
benefits.
agreeing with you also. I didn't say that your way is bullshit.
I'm not
like,
saying that you're
like
saying
you,
it. I'm not saying you.
like
I'm
you
not saying-
just- No, Puri actually said that.
Man,
said
y'all
that.
y'all bullshitting me.
You said it. If you want to, we can roll the clip.
I think
That-
I'm more of like skeptical about it.
Yeah.
I'm very skeptical. I'm not saying that you're wrong, but
No,
I
of
think
course
there
not.
is like you're wrong.
But
But
what.
but I think like that it's very risky business going
Yeah.
that route. But if you really like want to kind of gain quick confidence, or like if you want to kind of get started with it, have that sense of urgency, I think that's really great for you.
Oh, for sure.
Because when you are in the deep shit, you pretty much don't feel like doing anything. So if you really want to start getting that sense of urgency, I think that for that is a good reason. But sometimes getting over addiction can take really long time.
For sure.
So if you have really high expectations, it can be really, really, really harder than it needs to be.
Yeah.
That's why I tried to clear it out
Yeah.
immediately. Because I already understood what you're trying to get out, but I was like, I get what he mean. Because That's what we were. That's what we would originally think about. Like we gotta go hard. We gotta cold turkey it. But then also you gotta realize that majority of them won't be able to think like that. Of course, we can push that idea and say that's an option and definitely something that would be faster.
Yeah.
But to how many of them would be sustainable long enough to actually succeed? Not a lot of them.
Not
to be
a lot,
honest.
yeah.
Because otherwise, if it would be like the percentage wise, it would be like very successful idea to do. Then a lot of them wouldn't be even in that addiction to begin with.
Yeah.
It requires a lot of like willpower to begin with. So if but
So
and,
we are
and, you know, that's the only reason why I'm saying it, because we don't have that much life.
yeah.
And that's why I'm saying it, because like we said, and listen, these are not only two options.
Yeah.
like
No, in fact there are. There's no other option.
You bitch or you
won't
bitch not.
quit porn if you don't do either of these two things.
that's also. I mean, we already kind of. I mean, that's manipulation right there. We just give you the two options. And
We
But
are
yeah, sure, that is true.
Yeah.
It would be very unethical if we would say these are only options. Of course, there are many ways to recovery. Of course,
Oh, for sure.
with anything.
like get some pussy.
Well, that's a different question.
like I think that's the easiest way, right?
Well, how do you make sure it doesn't escalate to sex addiction then?
Oh yeah, that's a bad
Playboy
addiction.
lifestyle.
That's a bad addiction, actually.
So that's why I would be
So
very.
he would kind of
What,
like influence
which one would you rather have, actually?
Well, it's really
To
hard.
be honest, actually, I would say which one I would rather have. Neither.
Neither, of course.
Neither.
Of course, neither.
We're fucking up our society
You can
either
always
way.
you can say, oh, I would much rather be alcoholist than sex addict, but until you are the alcoholist,
Yeah.
because it's really hard to put yourself into someone else's shoes.
Yeah.
If you don't have that experience, it's really easy to say, oh, I would much rather have that, but you don't know what they're going through right now. They might have some alcoholists might appear, yeah, sure, he struggles, but hey, he just struggles with alcohol. But then you are somehow like you put yourself in his shoes. He might have his marriage fall apart.
Yeah.
He might have financial issues. He might have his whole family being mad at him for neglecting them because he was putting alcohol before the family.
Yeah.
So you never know what is happening in their lives. So
Of course.
it's very loaded question.
And
Yeah.
the reason why I would say neither is because look at the weight that the negative thing that either of them causes to our society. One is sexual beating, well, masturbating basically. It affects how you socialize, etc., causes more suicides and like. The other one is fucking. I want to be harsh, but having a lot of sexual intercourse with a lot of people. Bro, that also is a negative thing because it teaches people to have not have an emotional attachment to somebody, because that's actually something that we kind of like seek for. And if we're having constant like non-attached sex with somebody, it just ruins us to a certain degree as well emotionally.
Yeah.
So both of them is kind of like, bro, I'm taking cons either way. So
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
asking me to take one negative on top of another negative.
Yeah.
Man,
It's like either
smoke or drink.
It's either like kill yourself or commit suicide.
Pretty much. Like,
Come on.
I asked because you said sex addiction when I said just get some pussy.
which one would you?
But I'm gonna be the butt guy here.
But definitely,
Pun
I would say
intended.
like,
But actually, in reality,
but definitely,
But hey, I am that kind of person. So what
improve
do you?
your like relationship with other people and learn to like conversate, especially with the opposite sex, because that's pretty much the main.
yeah,
Well, I guess because I guess porn addicts can be like more about if they watch porn. Of course, they isolate that kind of things happening. Most likely, is that they don't have that experience with women. So I guess, in a way, if I would have to pick, sex addiction might be because you already have that connection. You can get with the ladies, so you can with them start to practice that intimacy, right? But of course, it's really flimsy road still.
and are you sex addicted if you are having one with just one partner?
I mean,
No,
You
get what I'm saying?
As long as it,
You get what I'm saying? Like, are you addicted to sex if you're having sex with just one partner?
my boy, you're
I
talking
think-
to somebody who had a high drive as well. So.
I think it's really the question.
Hey,
of
only me and God.
I think it's really the question of moderation, really, with any addiction.
Yeah.
If it doesn't lead you to sabotage your whole life, if you have sex with women, then it's not a problem.
Yep.
If you are able to fulfill your duties, fulfill whatever you need to do, you are showing up with your family, whatever.
We are not condoning. I mean,
You're not condoning,
don't do it.
encouraging
Of course,
people
of
to
course,
do
of
some
course.
dumb shit.
But the moderation is really the word here.
Yeah. Listen, we have joked about it a lot, about porn, about sexual relationships, about all these things. And as you can see, we disagree on things,
Yes.
especially in this.
Yeah.
And
However,
after this,
Yeah.
and
shuck.
I think
Gotcha.
however, we still can discuss this in a way where both can say, okay, I understand where
Yeah.
you're coming from. I understand why you're saying that.
Yeah.
And
You can't say that.
I believe
cannot say
I believe that even when it comes to anything like being successful, quitting anything, doing anything good, there is no one way or other way. There are plenty of way where people have found success. There are plenty of way where how people have quit smoking or alcohol or porn. There are plenty of way. There is no one way, because if it was like that, then we are all the same then afterwards, right? Because there is no one method that works for everyone.
Yeah. With anything in life.
With anything in life, I kick the ball, the soccer ball, football ball, my bad, in a very different way than you two guys. I kick it in a very different way, but we still manage to take the ball to the goal.
Yeah.
Simple as that. Don't you laugh, bro?
I was laughing. I was laughing because he's laughing.
Don't you laugh, bro? I'm talking about him, not you. You're good.
I'm just smiling. But yeah, like
Yeah.
I think by far, I might say that this has been the most heated debate we have had this far.
Hey, it was on you because you start immediately. I opened my mouth. He was like, "Hey, hold on."
but I guess it just tells there, because when you have really juxtapositioned views about things, you are more prone to start having those more heated
Dude, was
debates.
ready, man. What you say about my mama?
Yeah,
But as you can see, even though
okay.
it was heated,
It's okay.
even though it was heated, we were still able to have very mature discussion about
Of course, and about very taboo and I would say very difficult topic, because it's a shame and it's a fail thing that this is not taught in school. Like, hey, this is also dangerous,
Yeah.
and actually it's going other way around, where they are like indulging and preferring it. Yeah, it's healthy. At what cost?
Yeah.
At what cost, bro? So, I would say
Oh yeah. So
I think
back
so.
to subject. So
Finally.
it's been a good podcast. And
God damn, nigga,
Man,
today.
we could go for how long has it been?
about 2 hours.
Oh, we
Jesus.
could go for 2 more hours with this.
mean,
about
that's-
negotiation.
We can go part 2.
We could go part 2.
What you say about this?
Bro, you ain't ready for the smoke, man. This time.
What do you mean ready for sport? You haven't heard what I've said
Shit,
for
Shaq.
messed up shit?
What you say? What you say, huh? You better fuck some bitches.
Yes.
Yeah.
But do you have any last words?
I think I had said plenty.
Everything.
I mean,
Pretty much.
my
Not
fine.
everything, but a lot.
I
already.
mean, my last words are, as always, game is game. It is what it is. And if you can make her laugh and giggle, you can make that ass clap and jiggle.
Damn. Let the preacher preach.
But,
Let the preacher preach.
as always, praise the high smoke. Amen.
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 Actually, Puru, you are the preacher, man. You should
Oh,
be
yeah.
giving us prayer for, the finishing
Well,
prayer.
you can be the vice preacher, you know.
Oh,
Do you have
yeah.
the Bible?
Not right now.
Not right now, but
We have to try it in the club.
Ladies,
We have to try it in the club, like go with the Bible.
like ladies, if you want to speak privately, we always got our Bibles with us. Psalms 23.
Yeah, for each episode.
Moses
from now on,
book.
we have to have every single episode start with some psalm or something.
Oh, don't worry about it. I got
True,
it. Okay, I got you. Next episode.
Alright.
Let me.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
It might boost up the views a little bit as well.
A bit.
Let's go.
Pushing a bit of agenda here.
Hey, You gotta bless the food first
Slow
before you
and
start
steady.
munching it.
Slow and steady.
Exactly. You
Slow
can't
and
just
steady.
go right in.
Exactly. Last words of mine are that if you haven't taken anything from this podcast, take this that porn is not good for you.
Yeah.
That's the end of story.
Amen.
And if you have an addiction, understand why you have it and get rid of it. Simple as that.
Yes. Get rid of it. I agree with that.
So, what can we say? It was a great podcast. Comment, like or dislike, subscribe,
Don't dislike.
And don't
and
be a bit.
we see you in the next episode.
Yes. Amen.